Thank you for joining us on the news. My name is Chimezio Ozebs. The House of Representatives has urged the federal government to provide bailout funds for ailing industries in the country. This, it believes, will help in addressing the problem of unemployment while also creating wealth for the country. Available statistics show that an alarming 1.3 million new graduates are produced from more than 170 accredited tertiary institutions every year. The records say that the figure does not include graduates who are exempted from the National Youth Service for one reason or the other. It is estimated that there are about 20 million unemployed graduates in Nigeria. The lawmaker representing Ikeja Federal Constituency of Lagos State wants the authorities to salvage ailing industries in the country. The Senate President Ahmed Lawal has called for a deep reform of the petroleum industry, stating that the petroleum industry bill will be passed before the end of 2020. A statement signed by the Special Assistant Press to the President of the Senate, Israel Tagowo, says that the Senate President revealed this during plenary on Wednesday. Speaking on insecurity in the nation, Lawal said, and I quote, "The security architecture of our country has not achieved the desired results of providing the needed security to our citizens. Our security agencies need better funding and other resources for better performance." End of quote. With the closure of borders by the federal government, rice, which is one of the most consumed staple foods in various families, has continued to witness sharp increase in its price. MCL News paid a visit to Tenant Road Market to ascertain the current prices of both foreign and locally produced rice. Estan Dupe completes the story.
Food is an essential means of substance for humans. Hence, the awareness of the prices of food items and commodities becomes imperative in the planning of family menu as well as other sundry expenditure. However, with the closure of borders with neighboring countries, prices of staple foods have gone high, amongst which is rice. Rice as a staple food is often consumed by most families in Nigeria. A market survey conducted by MCL News shows that prices of both foreign and locally produced rice have increased. Traders who spoke to our news crew attributed it to the closure of the Nigerian borders, which has made it impossible for imported food items into the country. A bag of rice, which was previously sold between 7,000 naira to 9,000 naira, is now sold at 18,000 naira to 19,000 naira. Some respondents who spoke to MCL News expressed their feelings over the situation and how it has affected them.
It's no longer going well with the traders of rice and the buyers. Previously it was a little bit better. But as time goes on, it increases by as day passes. Every day is always a new story to tell about even the local and the foreign rice.
It affects the common man in the sense that before he banned the rice was at 7,000 naira a bag, 50 kg. Now he banned the rice and the rice is being sold for 19,000 naira a bag.
By closing the border or banning of foreign rice, I think it's time of helping our nation so that our own products can easily be sold in the market and people will know something about it. It's only that the rice is increased now more than as it was before.
They also urged the government to come to their aid by empowering the youth with machineries that will enable them engage in mechanized farming so as to change the production of locally made rice.
You have to go so many machines before you get finished rice. So what they could have done is to give more years so our farmers will go to the fields.
If they increase the quantity they are producing, it's not enough to serve the country. That's the problem we are having.
If there will be a way the government can assist the farmers so that they reduce the price of the local ones, the local rice, local production here. Who will at least be able to buy a bag of rice.
Government at all levels have been urged to invest more in farming and food productions. Mechanized farming will improve the quality of produce available even in the off-seasons with affordable prices. Esther Ndokwe, MCL News.
Thank you, Esther, for that story. President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated the Most Reverend Henry Ndokuba on his election as the primate-elect of the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion by the Episcopal Synod of the Church. The President's message is conveyed through a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, in Abuja on Wednesday. The President also felicitated with members of the Anglican Communion in Nigeria on the successful election of a new spiritual leader who will direct the affairs of the Church for the next 10 years. President Buhari appreciated the role of the Anglican Church in promoting interfaith dialogue, peace, stability, education, and social welfare in the country. The President said he counted on the primate-elect to continue propagating the qualities that epitomize the ministry of Christ, who taught his followers love, compassion, and humility. He also commended the outgoing primate of the Church, His Grace, the Most Reverend Nicholas Oko, for his dedication, service, and leadership. The President recounted the invaluable support the federal government has received from the Anglican Church. The federal government has declared Tuesday, 1st October, as public holiday to mark Nigeria's 59th independence anniversary celebration. The declaration was announced in a statement issued Wednesday in Abuja and signed by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Interior, Georgina Ehura. The statement noted that the Ministry of Interior, Ralph Aribeshola, made the declaration on behalf of the federal government. Aribeshola congratulated Nigerians at home and abroad on the commemoration of this year's anniversary. He assured them of government's commitment to ending the current state of insecurity in the land, as peace and stability are necessary conditions for the development of any nation. He therefore called on Nigerians to emulate the nation's founding fathers in their love for their fatherland. And from Ebonyi State comes the report that peace has finally returned to the troubled communities of Ogeri and Ojo in Idimo Autonomous Community of Afiko South local government area of Ebonyi State. It will be recalled that on 17 June 2017, the affected communities had a misunderstanding over a disputed land, which led to the loss of lives and wanton destruction of property worth millions of naira in the area. Governor David Umahi, represented by his deputy, Dr. Kelechi Igwe, swung into action with series of interventions, peace, and strategic meetings to ensure the speedy resolution of both the immediate and remote causes of the crisis. The state government injected 19 million naira to cushion the negative effects of the crisis on the people. The government provided food items, welfare packages, and security personnel to give the affected communities a sense of belonging and conducive environment for peace to reign. In order to facilitate the return of the people of Ogeri who had deserted their community following the crisis, the council boss, Dr. Amy Chima, embarked on the reconstruction of their town hall to serve as both resting and meeting place for all those affected. The town hall is described as a takeoff point for all the returnees, as the local government area assisted them to settle down after the 2-year crisis. The traditional ruler of Owerri in Agwata local government area of Anambra State, Eze Emmanuel Eze Viago, has warned that henceforth anybody in his domain who who discriminates against others on the basis of Osu caste system, recently abolished in the community, will face the full weight of his traditional hammer. Speaking during the community's 2019 New Year Festival, which also coincided with the official abolition of the Osu after 500 years of practice, Ezen Riako described the Osu system as retrogressive. He said that his people are happy to put behind the system that has reduced fellow human beings to second-class citizens for centuries. Chief Antonio Kaff, a pharmacist who presided over the abolition ceremony at the community square, said he has been campaigning for the abolition for several years, expressing joy that his effort has finally paid off. The President General of Ori Development Union, Mr. Oke Atweni, said the committee took a bold decision and commended members of the committee for their support in putting the practice behind. The importance of functional and well-equipped public libraries in enhancing qualitative education cannot be overemphasized. This is because of the key role it plays in the development of the education sector of a nation. Against this backdrop, MCL News takes a look at the state of public libraries in Aba. Amanda Carlo completes the story.
The library is a parastatal that breeds information that cuts across all spheres of the human intellect. It provides free and easy access to genuine information, ideas, books, and technology that enrich, educate, enlighten, and empower every individual in our city's diverse communities. Public libraries are necessary infrastructure under the educational sector that should be revamped as a means of solving underdevelopment issues relating to education. However, investigation by MCL News reveals that standard and functional public libraries, despite being a major source of education and getting exposed to useful textbooks, they are not common in most cities. Where available, they are ill-equipped with outdated textbooks that are no longer useful in the modern-day research work. MCL News spoke to some residents of Aba on the need for functional public libraries in Aba.
When you talk about research, what is research without going to read outside the classroom, outside the school environment? And so public library is very, very important. We're only talking about this because of the level of underdevelopment that is hitting this country and the state. If not, it is very, very important you have public library.
Reading libraries for research, for studies, for inquiry, for general education and development and civilization. And that's part of the extensive failure we've recorded in the educational system. Any institution that doesn't have a library is a fraud. It simply shows that there is no learning and inquiry going on there.
MCL News crew visited the public library in Aba, where the librarian spoke to our correspondent, including a user of the scanty library. They decried the poor state of the library and called on the government to thrive and equip the place with enough modern textbooks that will help in research as well as enriching the knowledge of the users. They also encouraged organizations, institutions, book clubs, and well-to-do individuals to assist government and other stakeholders to equip the library up to standard.
Our headquarters, the state librarian and the directors have been putting up write-ups to see that the government of the state will come to the aid of the divisional library, especially the Aba library.
There's no encouragement, there's no seamless process whereby those things can be actualized. They have told the line at which things will see development start coming in. I think things will start moving in its own accord.
Statistics show that less than 1% of the population make use of public libraries in Nigeria. This is perhaps due to their ill-equipped nature with non-functional equipment dotting all their corners. Amanda Carlo, MCL News.
You are watching MCL News. Up ahead, Senate inaugurates standing committees. Nigerian Ports Authority explains reason behind poor usage of Eastern Seaports. Boko Haram executes abducted aid worker. These and more stories will come your way when we return from this commercial break. Stay tuned.
Do not deface Abia State with posters. Do not defecate on our streets. Do not litter Abia State.
My brothers, I say wetin man go do for this world where people no go talk. If you chop,
Do not urinate in public places.
you no chop, dem go talk. Wetin make you do for this world? I say make we go do the things wey we carry for heart. Na so one wonder. Abi no be so.
Keep Abia State clean. This message is brought to you by MCLtv.
Welcome back. We are joining our woman at studio for the continuation of the news. We are Chooks AK is waiting.
Good evening and welcome to Maya and GCD. The National Social Investment Office and Wednesday Club Vice President Yemi Usibanjo from financial scandal related to disbursement of funds for the National Social Investment Programs. As given by the organization's communications manager, Justice BBA, stated that the Ministry of Budget and National Planning was in charge of all assignments related to financing, budgeting, procurement, and disbursement of funds allocated by leads for the NSIPs. The statement explained that NSIPs, which involves 4 broad programs: Empower, Conditional Cash Transfers, National Homegrown School Feeding Program, and Government Enterprise and Empowerment Programs, were planned towards different subgroups of Nigerians for empowerment. The BS said the steering committee for the NSIA, chaired by the Vice President, supervises the implementation of the SIP. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, on Wednesday charged steering committees of the upper chamber to ensure the discharge of the duties with a view to addressing major challenges facing the nation. Lawan gave a charge in remarks during the inauguration of the standing committees of the Senate. He therefore called on relevant standing committees to look into the challenges such as insecurity and unemployment, as well as ensuring reforms in the petroleum and agricultural sectors of the economy with a view to addressing them through the instrument of legislation. He urged ministers and heads of ministries, departments, and agencies to cooperate with the newly inaugurated committees where necessary so as to deliver on the agenda of the President Muhammad Buhari administration. The Senate on Wednesday received a report of his other committee on the 9th Senate legislative agenda. Chairman of the committee, Senator Bami Andero, presented the report. The Nigerian Ports Authority has said that the key reasons why vessels of various reasons port at its eastern flank of the nation's seaports was due to the level of insecurity on the waterways. The shallow draft of the channel which hinders the movement of big vessels as well as problems of poor access roads and rail linkages to the ports in these areas have also been blamed. The managing director, Hadiza Bala Usman, who disclosed this, explained that following the approval of the contract by the Federal Executive Council in 2018, dredging works have been completed on the Warri Channel, while consultants have been engaged to improve the infrastructure capacity of the Port Harcourt port. Speaking at the meeting, members of the House of Representatives Ad hoc Committee on Ports and Harbours, she noted that other ports currently functions at full capacity, just as she informed the legislators that the management of the NPA was working with all relevant stakeholders towards tackling the challenges that hamper patronage of the eastern ports. The senator representing Imo East Senatorial District, Francis Onyoche, has lamented the nation's capital flight to the tune of $500 million on the importation of oil annually. Onyoche said government's neglect in developing the industry was costing it huge resources. The senator disclosed that the industry does not only have the capacity to generate sustainable revenue, but can provide employment opportunities. He noted that it is unacceptable for a country that was the largest net exporter of palm oil in the 50s and 60s to continue exportation of oil palm to its disadvantage in international markets. The senator was speaking on the motion titled "Urgent Need to Revive the Palm Oil Industry," which he sponsored during plenary on Tuesday. He was optimistic that the Senate would pursue oil palm development using the legislative tools to ensure that the policy was implemented by the government of the day. And that is the second of our package. And then will take us straight back to our bar studios where Chinedu Zenix is waiting with the rest of the news bulletin. Thanks for watching. I'm Chixiki.
Chicks, thank you very much. United Nations Rapporteur Lilian Farr has tasked Nigeria to address its housing crisis and end forced eviction. Nigeria is facing a housing crisis with conditions among the worst in the world. United Nations say that more than 2/3 of Nigerians are living in poor settlements with lack of basic amenities. The population of Nigeria, already the biggest in Africa, is expected to double to 400 million by the middle of the century. The West African nation already lacks more than 22 million houses for its citizens. An insurgency in the northeast has forced 2 million people from their homes, causing further strain. The rapporteur warned that corrupt money flowing into the housing sector had led to a boom in the building of luxury homes, which is beyond the reach of the vast majority of Nigerians. A national level of prohibition on forced eviction should be declared by the federal government until adequate legal and procedural safeguards are in place to ensure that all evictions are compliant with international human rights law. Talking sports. The Abia State Sports Council has attributed late funding and poor preparation as the reason behind its poor outing as the job concluded National Youth Games. Team Abia came 15 on the medals table with 3 gold, 6 silver and 4 bronze medals. Chuks Eke has the story.
A total of 3,683 athletes from the 33 states of the Federation, including the FCT, arrived in Ilorin for the 5th edition of the National Youth Games, which held at the University of Ilorin Sports Complex. Delta State topped the list of states with the highest number, having 149 male and 151 female athletes, making a total of 300. Anambra arrived with 93 male and 94 female, making a 187-member contingent. Abia and Kogi states came with the least number of athletes. Abia had 43 male and 47 female, while Kogi had 24 male and 39 female. At the end of the competition, Delta State emerged winners after gathering a total of 104 medals to win the games for the record 5th time. Team Abia, however, placed 15th in the medal haul with a total of 13 medals. A breakdown of the medal haul shows Team Abia got 3 gold, 6 silver and 4 bronze medals. Reacting to questions, the The Director of Sports at the Abia State Sports Council explains the reason behind the poor outing of the team.
Because of camping, we were not in camp, and we don't have the facilities to train. We couldn't avail our athletes the opportunity to use the facilities in Lagos. Last year, we availed them the opportunity because we received our funds on time, and so this time we could not. Well, they trained on their own. We are monitoring their training, hoping that when we get there, they will replicate what they did last time.
The director disclosed plans outlined by the council to improve in subsequent outings.
But one thing that is very, very peculiar, which we have also spoken to ourselves, is we are going to diversify into swimming and that of canoeing. Because we get more medals in canoeing, we get more medals in swimming, and of course in gymnastics. But we don't have equipment here. We are trying to see what we can do to maybe kind of have a synergy with other states that have the equipment so that we'll be using their because we can't have it all.
The 2019 edition, which is the 5th edition of the Games, had 33 states and the FCT competing in 34 sporting events. A total of 238 athletes were discovered to be nurtured by the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports. From Umuahia, Chooks AK reporting for MCL News.
Still talking sports. Meanwhile, Minister of Sports and Youth Development Sunday Dare has enjoined president of federations that are qualified for the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games to ensure adequate preparations to brighten the country's medal chances at the Games. Dare gave the ultimatum during his consultative meetings with the board of Nigeria Football Federation, Nigeria Basketball Federation, and Nigeria Badminton Federation. While commending the Nigeria Basketball Federation for the Tigers Olympic qualification, Dare asked the Musa Kida-led body to ensure that the nation's women team, the Tigers, also qualify for the Games next year. He equally reminded the federations to gear efforts towards winning gold medals at their various events, adding that Nigeria last won gold at the Olympics over 2 decades ago in Atlanta 1996 in the men's football event and long jump by Chioma Ajunwa. Meanwhile, the minister in his scheduled routine meetings with the sporting federations is expected to parley with Nigeria Weightlifting Federation, Nigeria Wrestling Federation, and Athletic Federation of Nigeria this week. That sports report brings us to the end of the news, but before we sign off, here is a recap of our major stories. The price of local and foreign rice has continued to increase following the closure of borders by the federal government. The House of Representatives has urged the federal government to provide bailout funds for ailing industries in the country. The traditional ruler of Oriri in Akwata local government area of Anambra State, Eze Emmanuel Ezenviago, has warned that henceforth anybody in his domain who discriminates against others on the basis of Osu caste system recently abolished in the community will face the full weight of his traditional hammer. The Abia State Sports Council has attributed late funding and poor preparations as the reason behind his poor outing at the just concluded National Youth Games. That was the news. Thanks for watching. My name is Chimezie Ozebs. Stay tuned for Akokowa with Nkechi Uwoma. Good night. MCL